Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Sorry for another indoor video, but horrible weather outside. Anyway, today's episode is all about arrow tips, or better, bolt tips, because these are just regular crossbow bolts. The one in the middle is a regular field tip. Then this one here is a bodkin tip, high penetration, hardened. And this one here is a typical 2D hunting broadhead. Those are effective, very effective arrow tips, but of course I think we can do better here at the Slingshot channel. And today I brought you some bolts that maybe won't make me very popular in the archery community, because they are so evil that I think they should be illegal, and in some countries they probably are illegal. And here is the first one. As you can see, the vanes are actually a razor blade. Why is that special on this all steel, very heavy bolt that I've handmade for the adder? Well, see, this is a normal a bolt with plastic vanes, as is absolutely standard now in the archery business. And these actually will decelerate a lot. So if this penetrates a target, like the body of an animal, then it will actually decelerate very much from this here, because vanes are made to decelerate, to create air resistance. And of course, whatever creates resistance in the air will create more resistance in material like flesh. So these here will actually prevent a high amount of penetration, whereas these here, as you see, they're also sharpened here on this edge, these here will have a huge amount of penetration. The second sets of bolts are actually even more mean, because as you see, they have these blue tips, which are actually glass vials, and those are made to shatter inside of the body of the animal or enemy. But only, this one here will shatter once it hits a bone inside of a body, and then eject whatever is in this little glass vial here. And this one actually pokes out a little bit more, so this will actually break open on impact and then be injected into the flesh right after the entry wound. Very, very mean. I leave it to your imagination what you can put inside. This here is just colored water, so this is very harmless. But it could be anything, just you think about something that is really mean that you can put in a vial like this. And by the way, this is one of these glass vials, and I actually found them on Amazon, and I think they're originally just like souvenir stuff or something, because you get this cap with it. So I guess it's so that you can catch the tear or whatever liquid from your beloved partner, and then put it in and put it around your neck. So we are weaponizing it, of course. And this here is actually probably the most evil arrow tip. I made it myself in the lathe, and as you can see, there is something golden here, which is actually a primer for a muzzle-loading rifle. You can get them in all different sizes, but this one here is very powerful, very strong. And as you can see, the tip is hollow, and actually it is drilled all the way through. I can show this to you. And as you can see, it is hollow. This means that when the primer actually ignites from hitting something solid like a bone or so, it will actually spit fire through this hole inside of the arrow shaft that can then be filled with something that I again leave to your imagination. It would be illegal to do that here in Germany, so I won't. But all I'm going to show you is that it will actually ignite the primer. And then, it's a percussion primer, so it's made to detonate things that are like here. So I think it will be very effective. And as you can see, you can actually screw this tip into any standard arrow or bolt that's on the market. I also made one for the adder. As you can see, for the adder, of course, I had to clip off the wings from the primer. You can also get these primers without the wings. So this is so you can still stack it in the arrow magazine of the adder. How can we test if this really works? If this actually still is able to penetrate the body of an animal or of an enemy and then ignite right at the bone? Well, Schweinebraten, pork. So I bought these sides of pork, and they're actually no longer good, so I got them for very, very cheap because they were expired. And I use two because in the middle I want to put something that actually simulates bone. This here. So I hope that the arrow is going to go in and then ignite here, so that actually the explosion would happen inside of the flesh of the animal or enemy, or vice versa, the liquid that is filled in the vial would actually pour out at this stage and not before. So here is the setup. As you can see, I used rubber bands to put those together, and I'm putting them in front of Thor's hammer as a backstop. I hope that Thor's hammer is not going to break during the tests. And I'm going to shoot these from my R9, which is basically an adder without a magazine. So it's nicer to see, and also it's easy to load in long arrows. And but I spiced it up a little bit with a medium size 180 pound, like 2 times 90 pound throwing arm. Now we are starting with the poison arrow. Have no sighting system. All right. Let us see what happened. Okay, penetrated, and it actually, see, we don't even have to take it apart. It went all the way through and colored everything blue here. As you can see, the vial broke off. Now we will test the primer here, see if it ignites, as we hope. I heard a bang. Okay, it actually went through the rubber band here. Okay, this one also penetrated all the way. And it's absolutely clear that it ignited, because it actually smells a lot like a primer. Okay, now we will test a normal bolt and actually the bolt with the razor blade against this setup, and to be safe that it's not going somewhere, I put this old used up block of gelatin behind it. By the way, this is not ballistic gelatin, this is normal gelatin. I made it to see if there's a difference, and the difference is huge, because this one is simply not transparent, it's opaque. So it's pretty useless for tests. The regular bolt. Well, we can see that it really penetrated all the way until the veins actually stopped the penetration here. So let's compare with this one. No sign here, but if you look closely, you can see the bolt here. And you can see that it clearly penetrated through the whole thing here. See the razor blade? I'll put everything out here. Okay. You can see the enhanced penetration. And you can see that it stopped only in the second block and went through the wooden board here. Here you can see it even more clearly. So, all metal razor blade bolts, poison bolts, and even explosive bolts. I actually will go to England in about 2 weeks for filming my own TV show. Yes, you heard right. We have just signed a contract for 10 episodes that will hopefully show up in all parts of the world. And it's gonna be a 2-month filming event. So, and of course beforehand I will have to go into quarantine and everything, very complicated to travel these days. But actually I will then do these videos together with a full-on pyrotechnic. And he actually said that maybe we can do some of these experiments with real gunpowder in them during the weekends when the TV show is not filming. That would be amazing, because that guy has all the permits that I don't have, so we can legally do this on his compound. So maybe you want to stay tuned to this channel, even though I will be uploading a little less often because I will be busy 5 days a week filming. Now, will these become available? No. This is only for demonstration purposes. So I don't do these things so you don't have to do these things. Because actually, specifically playing with explosives is extremely dangerous. And I warn you, I ask you, I beg you not to do that at home, because I don't want you to get hurt. In any case, I hope you like this, because that's it for today. Thanks and bye-bye.